Hey crypto bros, hope you guys are having a great day wherever you are and you're enjoying the current state of the market. We're going to talk about Zen overall on the other chains. We're going to take a look at the charts. We're going to talk about DBZen. We're going to take a look at the metrics and talk about the current economic fairs that are happening around the world. There's so much happening. You don't want to miss the opportunities in this market. Zen is presenting us with the best risk to reward opportunity to go ahead and mint. All you have to do is just go on Zen network and just basically mint your own free coins. There is no other better way to come into this market. Onboard yourself by paying the gas fees. So wherever chain you go on, whether it's Polygon, Avalanche, even Ethereum, the cost of onboarding yourself is just paying the gas fee. That is phenomenal. That's how you onboard users. That's how you bring user adoption. And that is the way of true decentralizations, guys. Let's go ahead and talk about the Xen because it is absolutely exploding. It has gone up to 18 million in market capitalization. It's just doing phenomenally well. If we take our extrapolation tool and we bring it from this top wick here, we can see it's done about 1400% just in the last few days. This is absolutely amazing. We're talking about Bitcoin coming down to key level areas of $27,000, $28,000, and you have Zen, absolutely killing it. The Zen ecosystem is absolutely killing it. Where are you gonna find gains like these? I don't want to keep you in the hopium stage of this. If Bitcoin does start to break some key levels, then it could spell very bad for the overall altcoin market. We've been discussing this for the past few weeks, and we have to apply risk management. We're traders here first. Let's just bring this to log scale so we can actually see this on a better view. Now, if you do want to keep track of all these chains that Zen is on, you can go to Dex Screener and you can do some technical analysis on these assets that Zen is on these layer 1, doing a backlog. Not much data to base off of. We can see so far it's done phenomenally well. People talk about doing technical analysis on Pepe coin or whatever that new altcoin, meme coin that came out. It's a brand new coin. If you're going to be trading, you're going to have to be trading on the lower time frames, and you're going to have some discrepancies there if you're trying to apply a strategy. So it's a lot more difficult when you're applying these strategies on the lower time frame. However, they can work. Everything is based off of probability, so you have to do some back testing based off of your strategy to see what the win rate is. If we go to the actual Zen chart on Ethereum, we can see that before I was saying that, look, we want a consolidation area within this zone. And what we want to see is that we're building, again, these higher highs and higher low structures so we can at least gather momentum to test this resistance line right here. Now, this resistance line comes all the way back from the inflationary point that Zen was in, and this is going to be a key critical area for us to break. A lot of resistance here, and in order for us to actually test this, we were discussing in the previous video, we have to get these higher lows, and that gives us momentum to shift and put in a higher high. Now, for an uptrend, you need higher highs and higher lows for an uptrend, and once you get that on the lower time frames, then you start to build momentum to actually test this resistance area. Now, once we're met at this resistance area, and let's say Bitcoin doesn't do too well, it starts to break below $27,000 area, then what I want to see is Zen come in and hold this area as support, and then maybe again consolidate in this range, guys. That way we can build a little plateau, a little bit platform for us to, once the bull market, starts again, then we can start uptrending back up here and then retesting some key resistance areas for us. Now, if we can get above this area, not much resistance, we can really start breaking new all-time highs if we can get above the 382 level on this fib retracement here. But that's what's happening with Zen. I said that we're going to keep you updated. That's why you want to subscribe to this channel, give this video a like. It does help me out a lot, and share it to expand this Zen community. We're expanding at a rapid rate, and I just want to thank you guys for all the subscribers. We're growing at a tremendous pace. Everybody feels first principles, and it resonates with many people that are in the crypto space, because we've been lied to for so many years. We came into this market, we went through the rabbit hole, but we've been lied to, because a lot of these founders that build these projects have a pre-allocation into the project that can dump onto the community. And we've seen that time and time again with ICOs, with IEOs, and a whole bunch of different plateaus. But Zen is a fair cryptocurrency at the end of the day. It launched on first principles. I do want to shift gears. Let's take a look at the economic landscape, because there's a lot happening that we've been discussing over here at Crypto Bros, and that is reports are emerging that Argentina's central bank has run out of US dollars and started using the deposits of the customers. This is absolutely redonkulous. It's sad to see, because you really don't have any trust or faith again in these banks, in this government. How can the Fed, the Argentinian banks or the Fed, run out of money and now they have to start using the depositors' money? Now this is just drives another marketing campaign for why we need Bitcoin. Essentially governments against the banks. This is building the best case scenario for Bitcoin. And in the long-term scheme of things, why do we need a middleman? When you have inflation running hot at 104% in Argentina, talk about United States facing a 5% inflation rate, and then you have Argentina facing 104% inflation rate. That is ridiculous, guys. That's ridiculous. A lot of people are suffering. They're having a hard time. Now, seems to be the trend. These third world countries, these emerging markets are going to go ahead and move away from the US dollar as the world reserve currency. They're just going to have to. They're going to be forced to. Otherwise, they're going to have to continue dealing with this inflation that's continually to run rampant and devaluing people's money. People have options now. They have alternative. They have all these cryptocurrencies. They have Bitcoin. Why inflated? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Why become inflated when you have other opportunities, other alternatives to get into? So Zen is just flourishing, going up 1,400% on some of these chains while you have inflation running hot. Why wouldn't you want to fight inflation with Zen? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't you? It just overall spells very bullish, because inflation will continue to go up and up and up. And the Fed has lost complete control and incompetent behavior in terms of the SEC coming out and just not having a regulatory framework, not having an actual regulatory framework. Let's go ahead and just talk about the macro picture on Bitcoin. We discussed this as just a follow-up. Again, DXY hitting some key support areas. Now, could there be a bounce in regards to the DXY? Now, we know that when the DXY does very well, if you're not familiar with the DXY is, it's a basket of currencies against the US dollars. And when the DXY does well and starts to gather momentum to the upside, it spells very bad for overall risk on assets. However, we've reached some key critical support areas. You can see we've touched this area 1, 2, 3 times on the DXY here. And while BTC is coming to the $30,000 resistance and having trouble breaking above that, momentum hasn't been there for the bulls to get above the $30,000 area. The best case scenario for us is that we're sitting around the $26,000, $27,000 area. If we do break below that, then most likely over time, the divergence that we've been discussing on the stochastic here, regular divergence, is that the momentum is shifting from bull to bear, and that the pressure of the bears are coming in. The sellers are coming into the market, and they're saying that the DXY is coming at a key support area, and they're saying, you know what, maybe we do need to cool off on Bitcoin until DXY starts to have a downtrend again. Now, when does that downtrend comes in? I don't know, guys. I can't say 100%. We can look at some key target areas on the DXY to say when maybe Bitcoin will have its run up again. But how much pressure is the DXY going to put on risk on assets before it actually starts to cool off? We have a lot of support around $22,000 to $23,000 in this area. And if we were to actually take our extrapolation point from the local bottom of this to the top of the around $31,000, we can see we're 25,000 is at 38.2. So it's not out of the question that we come down to this support area and then again put in that higher low on the higher time frames. We look at the 5-hour, same situation here. It looks like it wants to set in that higher low and continuation. So this is key critical areas of where I'm watching Bitcoin. Now, if again Bitcoin breaks below these levels, altcoins will have a more percentage shed off. They're gonna shed off more in percentages. So just watch this because it's gonna affect the overall market. However, again, Xen bullish. We have Phoenix coming out, so very bullish on that as well. Again, it's going to be launching on Polygon. Very, very key. Now, let's just talk about following up on DXN. Now, I did make a tweet saying that, look, if we break below and we start to close below $60, it kind of invalidates that. Momentum is shifting to the downside here. Now, if we were to take our extrapolation tool from the top of this to the swing of this low, it's getting rejected at the 618 pocket. Very key critical area on the fib. And we did break out of this consolidation area that you see here. We broke out. However, it was a false breakout. We just came back and then fell below that consolidation range. Now, if we break below that consolidation and we start to close below that, that doesn't spell too well overall for DXN. I'm hoping that DXN can stay above these levels. That way, it continues this momentum that we've been discussing here, you know, the drive up to the 140 area. We've seen that, look, 358 here, 358%. This one brought us 93%. So the higher you go, the lower the percentages are at the end of the day. But let's just see where this closes out. I hope that DXN can push a little bit higher back into this consolidation zone. That will confirm, look, we're just breaking out and it's a false break down and a false break up. And we're continuing back in this trend, you know, to liquidate a lot of people out of their position and then continue to go back up. So if we look at Xen Turbo, guys, we can see the supply, again, a lot more burning happening than actual minting. So that's very well overall for the Xen ecosystem. We can see people are minting for longer terms. So they have a more bullish perspective on Xen. So this is meaning that people are, at the end of the day, taking a longer stance on Xen, which is good. The second category comes in around 91 to 180 days, which is 24%. So people overall having a long, you know, a good longer conviction in terms of Xen. So the conviction there is very well overall. And you can see that, you know, the gas fees are playing a key role. Even though we have high gas fees, people are still burning, which is good. That spells that, look, even if people are burning at these current price levels with these gas fees, then very, very bullish overall. Anyways, I'll leave you off with that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, bros, as always, stay profitable.